What's going on, guys? Ted from Immersion here, and I just wanted to do a quick update for those of you who are unaware. Myself, I was unaware of this for a little while. If you're looking, I didn't know this, the Gale Force 9 Spellbook cards, the kind of pre-laminated cards that have all of the 5th edition spells out there, they run around $10 to $15 depending. Apparently they've been out of print for a while. I got the first run. You've seen several reviews here on the channel of me doing those. From the very first run to the updates to my complaints about them over time. Missing cards, not providing PDF downloads for people that were missing the original cards, like the Paladin deck was missing a card, the Arcane deck was missing a card, to then later including domain cards, but then not including all the domains and things to that nature. But apparently, post that, they pretty much just went dark and were gone. I recently, finally, reached out to the folks at Gale Force 9 and got a response. They did post this on their Facebook. I talked to them as well, and I just wanted to give you guys a little update on what's going on in case you're curious. So I'm going to read this Facebook message they posted. We're very pleased to bring you news about the delayed shipments of D&D Spellbook decks. As you are aware, we are late on these deliveries, and despite our plans of moving manufacturing closer to market to avoid gaps between shipments, it backfired in a big way, and we lost time to then go back to our original factory in China. I know frustration with this runs high, and we certainly feel it. I am pleased to confirm the factory has just finished the run. Normally, this would spend the next 5 weeks on sea, carting all of these things over, just because of it would cost a ton to fly it, so it's cheaper to ship by sea. Given the delays, we're going to fly in the first quarter of the shipment, so you'll be seeing these cards in your local store by the end of the month. The full shipment is over 120,000 decks, totaling 15 million cards. So even after this first wave arrives, 4 more containers full of cards will come by sea, and they'll be here at the end of June. We have learned from this delay and have plans to make sure that all of our D&D accessory codes flow to market much better in the future. In related news, this week we have shipped out all the DM screen reprints, so those will be in stores next week. So if you're one of the people waiting for those, get in touch with your store, as the entire shipment has been shipped to distributors and retailers. Thank you all for your ongoing patience. John Paul, CEO, Battlefront Group. So the reprints, that's like if you're looking for one of these, the Gale Force 9 does the campaign-specific DM screens for all the pre-written campaigns, Tyranny of Dragons, Elemental Evil, Curse of Strahd, Storm King's Thunder, Out of the Abyss. They make all of those. There's the generic, just Dungeons and Dragons one. That's made by Wizards of the Coast, which there's going to be an update later this year, but this is about Spellcard. So, I just want to let you guys know that they're coming out. You can see there's a new design here from these the kind of black outside pattern. These are probably going to be the Gen 2 cards that have the rounded edges that more clearly delineate concentration, with the little diamond with the C in it, so it's a little easier to denote if your spell you're casting is concentration. Hopefully it fixes some of the issues, like the fact that it states that Spiritual Weapon is a concentration spell when it actually isn't, and any of the missing cards will be inserted in. And I did want to show you this image that they posted. When I asked them what the difference was, they basically had sent me this image showing that the new cards will cost a little bit more money, but they're bundling everything together. So for the Clerics, as an example, there's the Cleric cards, the base Cleric spells is that 106 cards. And then there's the add-on decks, which is all of the domain spells. And then they're kind of putting that together as one pack to call it Cleric cards for $17.99 rather than like 12 and 6 or whatever it worked out to be. I still have some questions, so we'll see. I did just happen to, I should be hopefully getting some of these copies to review in the sudden to near future so that I can kind of tell you guys exactly what's going on. I don't know if this will include, like, if you get the Druid cards, will it include the Elemental Evil cards? Because that was a separate deck, but, like, Clerics, for instance, didn't get any Elemental Evil cards, Elemental Evil spells, but Druids got a ton, as did Wizards, Sorcerers, and so on. So will those be included? I guess we'll have to wait and see. Will this have included all of the up to most recent? Again, will we get the Arcana domain spells in there for the Clerics? Will we think that's pretty much it. There's also, I'm assuming, going to be an updated Martial deck, which I think I remember seeing. So that should include the abilities for things like Furbolg and Tabaxi, new Volo's Guide races. So I just wanted to put a little video out there to keep you guys up to date. If you're trying to find these and you don't want to spend exorbitant amount of money buying them off of eBay or things like that, hold out. They should be getting in your local store soon, and the rest of the shipment should be available in June, so just be on the lookout for that. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.